fans, welcome back to the show. Glad to have you on Colts Talk by Chat Sports, the show presented by Prize Picks. We want to get into a 7-round Colts mock draft. We've gotten rumors, we've gotten intel, we've discussed name after name after name. Let's put it all together into a 7-round mock draft today. This will be coming from me after everything we've talked about here on the show. I believe the Colts can get something special out of this 2026 NFL draft. I think they've done well in the past. In rounds, 2 through 7, they found some good spots. They know what they like. They know how to use it. I'm hoping they'll do the same this year using the 7 total draft picks that they have in 2026. Obviously, they don't have a first rounder. That doesn't mean that they shouldn't and still hit and get some instant impact players. While I'm talking to Colts fans, I want to be sure you guys are subscribed. If you're not, I'm a little confused. Because if you're subscribed, number one, we have a goal today. We want to get over 2,000 subscribers. We're right there. And if you hit that sub button, we will be. Also, free Colts content. Imagine opening your phone, Colts content waiting for you, all because you clicked the sub button for free. Come on now. Plus, the channel grows. If you ever think to yourself, I'd like a video every day. I'd like a video every hour. I want more from Colts Talk. More subs equals more videos. Jumping right into it, pick 47, round 2. Let's do it, people. We have talked enough about it. We've gotten excited about it. The Kenny Moore potential trade opens it up to make it perfect. Pick 47, round 2, D'Angelo Ponds. The Hoosier stays in the state of Indiana. You get the scrappy, undersized, I'll put in quotes. Some feel that, some don't. I do. I've seen him in person. I think he's just a little undersized. But hey, that's why you love the scrappy underdog. He can make it happen at the nickel position, on the outside. He had a great college career, and now more than ever, it looks like the NFL and the Colts specifically are calling on D'Angelo Ponds. I will note, I think this is going to be a you got to hope it all comes together perfectly. I think other teams are going to be interested in that area. Maybe even look for the Colts to trade up, possibly, and go after D'Angelo Ponds, a guy that can, play ball hawk, good ball security there when going after and getting it. Also the ability to tackle and play physical. So I really, really like it there. Yes, Jake Golday, definitely an option. He was on the board at this point in time, and it was tough to pass up Jake Golday. But Ponds to the Colts, too perfect. Can't pass it up. Couldn't let it go. It seems like the perfect opportunity for the Colts to get one of their corners of the future, a fan favorite, and a guy that could make a difference for you right away at what is now a position of need. Chance this happens. There's a good chance it happens, whether it's my pick, the possibility of the pick. D'Angelo Ponds at pick 47. Grade the pick A, B, C, D, or F. This one's got me excited, ladies and gentlemen. We go to round 3 for the Indianapolis Colts, pick number 78, and they get their linebacker. I took Ponds, risking the idea that they maybe don't get one of those linebackers that we've discussed heavily. Anthony Hill Jr. was still there. And look, the vibe is maybe he goes early, mid, late second round. Maybe he gets to the third as he did here in this mock draft. Again, this was a guy who was projected to be a first rounder when the college football season started. Was a little disappointing. Doesn't quite have the numbers that some of the other middle linebackers, true middle linebackers have in his group of guys. But I still really, really like what Anthony Hill Jr. can do for you. The initial vibes we're hearing, he's interviewing well. GMs like him. Coaches like him. If he can make an impression on Lou Anarumo, Chris Ballard and company, I think they may hold off on a linebacker with the second round pick and start looking towards the third round with a guy like Anthony Hill Jr. And again, if they really like him, they will trade up and try and make something happen. But I think he could be and should be available for you with that 78th pick. Today's show is made possible by Prize Picks. The basketball playoffs are here and baseball is underway. It's time to cash in with Prize Picks. Prize Picks is America's #1 sports pick app and is the best place to win cash while watching sports. The app, really easy to use. That's my favorite part. You just pick more or less on a few player stats and lock in your lineup. So, for example, some season-long picks, touchdowns for Puka Nacua, we're going to go more. Dak Prescott, more on passing yards. And Caleb Williams, also going to go more on the passing yards there. That's an example of a lineup. Also, right now, the social feeds tab is really something that's popular. You can share prize picks with your friends and copy lineups with a single click. That includes me or my producer, Aiden. You follow us on Prize Picks, tail our picks, or fade if you want, and get the picks before they even get posted on the show. New user offer right now. Download the Prize Picks app today with link in the comments and the description and use code HMA to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code HMA to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, it's good to be right. And this is an electric start to my draft. I'm sorry. Maybe you grade me this way, maybe not. But you get Pons and Anthony Hill Jr. Hill's a top 50 talent. To pair him with Pons in your 1-2 punch to get 2 top 50 talents in the top 78, pretty good. You fill 2 huge needs. You need linebacker. You now need a nickel corner. And the biggest thing is here, you're not sacrificing talent with these 2 picks, right? So I'm not saying I'll take a lesser linebacker because I need a linebacker. No, dang good linebacker at 78 to fill that spot. And I think that's really, really important for the Colts to make sure at multiple positions that they don't sacrifice talent just because they need the position overall. And I think this next pick is a good example of that. So with pick number 113, we're in round 4 now. Mississippi State wide receiver Brenen Thompson. And yes, I still don't know that the Colts are set with their wide receiver 2, even wide receiver positions in general. This is a speedster. This is a rockets on the feet guy. This is an acceleration guy. Little like Alec Pierce, where it's like he's going to head deep, try and get him the ball. Could also have that opportunity where if you get him the ball quickly, he could turn it into something awesome. We know he's a speedster because he's tested that way, right? The early reviews of his testing, pretty impressive, and that's what attracted me to him. I know, like, wide receiver 2, you might want something a little different from Alec Pierce, and I understand that. I respect that, but I love the acceleration. I love the speed. That's always a big thing for me with, 3rd, 4th, 5th round receivers. Got to be fast. Got to bring something extra to the table outside of, like, great college career stats. No, got to have something extra that if need be, the Colts can make the most of it. Who knows? Special teams? Could that be an option for Indianapolis if they want to test this guy out at kick returner, so on and so forth? I definitely think that's an option as well. And if you look at the wide receiver room, I'm going to shout out my guy AP. Came to agree with him on this. Nick Westbrook-Ikhine, I think he's your wide receiver 2 right now. Maybe Treadwell. I think that's going to be a battle. I'd also like Brenen Thompson to be thrown in the middle of that and make it a real battle at the wide receiver 2 position. The Colts need a receiver at some point in this draft, maybe 2 if you really want to go for it. But, it'd be interesting to add Brenen Thompson to this group. All right, here's the deal. You want more Colts draft videos, subs got to go up. That's what the boss has said. That's what we know how it is at Chat Sports. More subs, more likes, more comments, more of anything means more videos. Make it happen. If you're not subscribed, hit that sub button right now. Back to the Hoosiers we go. Aiden Fisher, another linebacker to really try and bump that room up a notch. That's my goal with the linebacker room as of right now. You get Anthony Hill. God forbid he doesn't work out. We pivot to Aiden Fisher, the 2-time first-team All-Big Ten linebacker. Trust me, if you got a All-Big Ten linebacker, they usually work out pretty well in the NFL. Also a Butkus Award finalist. And another one of those dudes, it was the dream season for him. Getting ready for this NFL draft. Stats were there. National title was there. The awards were there for Aiden Fisher. Good value in that 5th round. I know we talked about him after we did our Hoosiers Pro Day video. But again, I just want to hit on the fact it's like, I know this position group. I want to build this position group up. So going with Hill and a guy like Aiden Fisher in round 5, definitely going to help upgrade things at that linebacker position. Now, speaking of needs and upgrading and getting better, we got to get an edge rusher. We got to make sure we're keeping pace here and filling needs and giving guys a shot to make a difference. TJ Guy out of Michigan. And this is one of the last hardball recruiting classes which I respect Harbaugh's defenses. He has churned out some really talented defensive guys over time. So TJ Guy, I want to take a swing here. I don't want to make a gigantic deal about this. I don't want to do a whole, like, this is your difference-making edge rusher. Forget Trey Hendrickson. Here's your guy. I just want to make sure, hey, we need to take more swings at edge rusher, pass rusher. TJ Guy is definitely a quality option for the Colts, so we'll snag TJ Guy in the 6th. Did I miss somebody? I don't know. Is there somebody you're still waiting to snag? I don't know. You're going to have to tell me. Name a player you want the Colts to draft any round, any pick, any time. I don't care. Maybe it's the number 1 pick. If you want to have some fun, go ahead and do that. Let me know in the comments section down below. We'll go back-to-back on edge rusher here. This one I actually think you're going to get good value on. I've seen Patrick Payton, the edge rusher out of LSU. A couple round 6 mock drafts. He's been in that round 6, early round 6 range. So if the Colts could snag him later in the 7th, even midway through the 7th, really like the idea there. It was a tough season for LSU overall, but Payton came there to try and get a little more SEC action. He did. I think he had a solid season. I think he's an interesting pick, a value pick. And again, need edge rusher, want to get better at edge rusher, more swings at edge rusher. And then, yes, let's get real interesting at the end of this one. Pick 254, the Colts' final pick of the 2026 NFL Draft. I am taking Taylen Green, the quarterback out of Arkansas. First things first. Dude tested off the charts. His combine stuff was electric. This is one hell of an athlete. Keep that in mind. Athlete here. You see elite. You see great. You see elite on his testing numbers. That's because he's really, really athletic. Great size, great speed, great footwork. However, keep saying to yourself, Billy, what are his numbers at quarterback? Let me be honest. Not an overly great quarterback season for him. I don't know that he's seen as anything more than a project at quarterback. Look, Colts fans, weird way to put it, discount Anthony Richardson here, okay? And for some of you, that may be alarm bells. For some of you that love Anthony Richardson, you may think, hey, we'll get good value and make it interesting. I will note some of the comps, including our Tom Downey here at Chat Sports, Terrell Pryor, former Ohio State quarterback, well, NFL quarterback turned NFL wide receiver. So early, Taylen Green is already getting wide receiver, like, translate to wide receiver comparisons. And it's not like one of those issue things where it's like Lamar Jackson's really a running back. It's more like Taylen Green has the physical traits to be a really good wide receiver, and it hasn't been the best quarterback yet. And if he wants to switch, it could work out. I feel that's very Coltsy, right? They have a basketball player right now that's never played football before. I think they could take a chance on Taylen Green and see how it works out. So, recapping real quick, D'Angelo Pons, Anthony Hill Jr., Brenen Thompson, and Aiden Fisher with your first 4 draft picks in the 2026 NFL Draft. Then we'll go back-to-back edge rushers with TJ Guy and Patrick Payton. Then the project, very interesting pick in Taylen Green, the quarterback from Arkansas for the Indianapolis Colts. Again, they can build depth. They can get talent. They can get instant impact names with this draft. I love doing mock drafts, doing a 7-round, really, really fun. And of course, I want to hear your guys' feedback, get your thoughts, hear names from you. Subscribe, and be sure to hit the comments section.